The chartered accountants and qualified chartered accountants are greater demand, and they are very, very respected professions. In Pakistan, they have risen to the highest position in the corporate sector. For example, many of them are holding position as chief financial officer, chief executive officers, and head of various institutions. They are serving on the board of directors of some leading companies in Pakistan, and they are also in the practice, and they are serving as partners, senior partners of various audit and accounting firms. A large number of chartered accountants who have qualified from Pakistan are also serving abroad, and they are all again serving in the leading positions in various countries like UK, United States of America, Canada, Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Australia, to name a few. This is also a very rewarding qualification, and generally what qualification to pursue is a strategic decision in a person's life. So you have to invest your time, you have to invest your efforts, you have to invest your money, and by investing these things, you may be interested in generating a highest rate of return on your investment. So by that standard, chartered accountancy is one of the most rewarding professions. That if you compare with other professions like medicine, like engineering, and so on and so forth, chartered accountancy, I would say, is one of the best professions which is available to students and potential students in Pakistan. In Pakistan, this qualification is offered by Institute of Chartered Accountants Pakistan. Most of you are familiar with this institute, and it was established under an act of the government of Pakistan, which is known as Chartered Accountants Ordinance 1961. So that is a regulated qualification, and this is a very, very prestigious qualification, I would say.
Yes. So how do we go about it? What is the structure of CA qualification, and at which stages of academic life a candidate can begin to pursue CA qualification?
The beauty of this qualification is that the multiple pathways are available. There, if you decide early, say by intermediate or by A level, you can join immediately thereafter. But if you decide after 2 years degree, like BA, BCom, you can join thereafter. And if you are studying in a university and earn a 4-year degree program, degree, then you can join thereafter. So there are multiple options. So the length of course accordingly varies. So if somebody joins, for example, after conventional pathway, which is
after the 3.5 years of training period, and what would be their starting salary?
Chartered accountants are working in all kinds of businesses and organizations, be it public sector or private sector. And their areas of services are professional accounting, financial reporting, financial planning, financial strategies, internal controls, internal audit. These are the core areas where they serve. And they have another option that they can go for their own practice, where they provide assurance and audit services. This is a kind of service I don't think students are familiar with. And they are also business consultants. They provide business advisory services. So these are the two core areas where they serve. But we have seen people diversifying from these core services to other services, like they provide human resource services. They are in operations, they are in marketing, they are in other services as well. So, and in case of international level, they are also serving in more than 40 countries at very high level of management. So in nutshell, chartered accountancy leads you to the highest level of business management.
Okay. So is CA qualification recognized globally for, in case of students want to go overseas, abroad for job opportunities?
First of all, the proof of the recognition is that around 25% of chartered accountants members are working abroad. And in case of major economies like UK, we have arrangement with Institute of Chartered Accountants in England and Wales, where after having 5 years post-year qualification, they are admitted to the membership of ICAW without any examination. And in case of CPA Canada, Chartered Professional Accountants of Canada, we have an arrangement where our members can directly admitted to the final examination of Canada. So they can have membership there as well. And recently we have another arrangement with Australia and New Zealand where they can attend a 2-day workshop and become member of the Australia and New Zealand. We also have a kind of diversified arrangement, like in case of Chartered Institute of Management Accountant UK.
Okay.
Our members can become CIMA with very few examination requirement. Plus we have another arrangement with the Chartered Institute of Public Finance Accounts, SIPFA of UK.
Okay.
There they are admitted without any further examination. So these are the global recognition ICAP has.
Okay. So, Mirza, to which international accounting bodies ICAP is associated with?
Essentially, International Federation of Accountants, IFAC, is the only recognized, globally recognized forum of professional accountants. And that professional accountants include chartered accountants, certified public accountants, and cost and management accountants.
Okay.
So IFAC is the global body which is recognized internationally, and ICAP is the founder member of IFAC. At IFAC level, we have very prominent representations. We have membership at board level, IFAC board level. We have membership at various committee level, and considering the size of the institute, ICAP size, we have very prominent position as against other institutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we also have active role in regional associations like CAPA and SAFA. SAFA is the SAARC countries professional accountants forum. We also have an international forum specific to chartered accountants, and that is CA Worldwide, Chartered Accountants Worldwide.
Okay.
There we have associate membership. So we have all kinds of
Quite some.
active participation in international forums.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Salman, a lot of young individuals are concerned as to how much time it takes for someone to complete the CA qualification. So what do you think is the time duration for completing this program?
On an average, post-intermediate A levels, on an average, it takes 5.5 years to complete the chartered accountancy. But there have been instances where students have completed chartered accountancy a little earlier as well.
Okay. Okay, so what about the students from non-accounting disciplines? There are students from pre-engineering and pre-medical backgrounds. Can they enroll in chartered accountancy? And also, how difficult would it be for them to pursue this qualification?
Yeah, the part of your first question, yes, if you are intermediate with any group, say be it humanities, computer science, pre-engineering, commerce, pre-medical, all are eligible to opt for chartered accountancy education. Just that, in fact, the very interesting statistics just came up before us couple of months back, that one of the gold medalists of chartered accountancy, the girl happened to be a student of pre-medical when she opted for chartered accountancy. So you can imagine that it's all across the board, that even it doesn't matter what background you're coming from, chartered accountancy can be done by all the students coming from any stream.
Okay. So what if a student is not able to complete CA for whatever reason they may be? So what about them?
Institute of Chartered Accountancy of Pakistan has in the recent past introduced a exit tier, a professional accounting associate tier for similar kind of students who for some reasons, be it economic, social, financial, family reasons, girls getting married. For these reasons, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan has introduced a mid-tier qualification, that is Professional Accounting Affiliates. And these affiliates can be obtained after completing the mandatory training and completing 3 papers of CFAP.
Okay.
At earlier stage, we have a certificate in accounting and finance.
Okay.
Before affiliate stage, we have one stage as well. So one can qualify CAF stage, and after training, he can have one certificate as certificate in accounting and finance. That is
Okay.
very much in line with the operational role of a manager, accounting manager. So
Okay.
there are exit routes.
Yes. So, Mr. Salman, please tell us, what is the minimum acceptable grade for registration in CA program?
For intermediate, 50% marks.
Okay.
From Cambridge section, A levels 2 passes, and if the student is coming from 14 years associate degree, minimum 45% of marks. That is the minimum threshold.
And does ICAP allow provisional registration to the students who are waiting for their results?
Oh yes, we do. ICAP allows students who are awaiting intermediate and A-level students, like these days intermediate and A-level students are awaiting their results, so they can register themselves on an awaiting results basis on a condition that before the last date of submission of exams, they must submit their results. Like in this case, for the December 2018 exams, they must submit their results by 22nd of October 2018.
Okay. Okay. So, is there any entry test to enroll in CA?
No, there is no entry test per se to enroll in CA. Any student who is interested in pursuing CA education can come and register himself or herself for CA.
Okay. And what are the exemptions offered to students of A levels and HEC and undergraduate students?
Yeah, there are very generous exemptions being offered to students coming from all the backgrounds. We can start with the first stream of intermediate. The students securing 70% marks overall and 75% marks on the subject can get exemptions from mathematics, accounting and economics courses. Likewise, students coming from A-level Cambridge stream can obtain exemptions. If they have studied add maths and further maths, they can obtain good exemptions. If the students are coming from BCom, conventional 14 years degree background, they can have a lot of exemptions. And if the student is coming from a 4-year accounting or accounting related discipline degree, he can or she can also obtain pretty generous exemptions. So yes, for details, we would invite students to visit our website. Details are available for all the exemptions.
Our website is www.icap.org.pk. Okay, so what kind of learning support is available to students to prepare for examinations?
There are predominantly 3 major learning supports available. First of all, our institute prepares study materials, very comprehensive, exhaustive study books, study material, which are available to students free of cost just upon registration. Exams are predominantly followed from the same study material. That is the first study material. Secondly, we do have our education providers, the registered accounting education tutors. They are all across the country. They provide physical tuition, theoretical tuition to the students. And in the recent past, we have introduced another 3rd tier of our resource, that is registered accounting schooling system. We have RA, that is abbreviated as RASS. So we do have 3 major sources of education.
I would add at this point of discussion that there are another source of learning, and that is actual practical training. When we say training of 3.5 years or 4 years, that is exceptional in case of learning. You learn by doing things.
Yes.
That is said that when you do something, you learn more
Yes.
than learning in classrooms. So we have very robust training system in place, and our training is done by the approved training organizations. Largely, they are practicing firms,
Okay.
means those who are providing independently assurance and audit services and business consultancy. So one can go there and learn mandatorily. They are required to undergo training for 3.5 years to 4 years, depending on the qualification. But while training undergoing training, they learn a lot. All kinds of businesses, all kinds of processes they learn. So when they come to examination, they have all the background information, practical information to handle a practical question, which is the way ICAP tests students on very practical scenarios. So fourth one, I believe is the most important one, is the training. Where they learn.
Yes. Okay, so Salman Sahab, you talked about RATs and RASS. So what is the fee charged by them?
It varies from RAT to RAT, but if we take out an average, it comes around 16,000 per course per RAT.
Okay. Okay, and what about the registration fee of ICAP?
Yeah, it also varies from paper to paper, but roughly if we take a range, it ranges from 5,000 to 16,000.
The examination
Yeah.
fees. Yes. Okay. So what are the prices of the if we have any study material for the students, Umair Sahab? So what is the prices for them?
It's free of cost. If you are registered for an examination, for a due examination, you are provided with the study material, which is free of cost. Definitely, you can't have study material of the examination which are not due to you. But for due examination, we provide study material free of cost and updated study material.
Okay. And which financial support programs are available to students? There may be very well-deserving students who are not able to afford the fees. So do we offer any financial support to them?
Oh yes, ICAP strongly feels that no student should be left behind, or no student should be deprived from pursuing CA education just because of their financial status or coming from financially underprivileged background. We have two major financial assistance schemes. First one is our endowment fund. Endowment fund caters for students who come from marginally segment of the society, financially deserving but academically bright students. So we do have a pretty lavish financial assistance scheme. In fact, I do have the number. We have more than 2,600 active students who are being provided financial assistance under this endowment scheme fund.
Okay.
The second one is our EDCA Talent Scholarship Program. It is exclusively tailored for a highly academically high achievers. It caters for the top 20 position holders all across the 27 boards throughout the country, from all the boards, from all the groups. They are invited to appear in a competitive exam here at ICAP, and through which each year we provide top 37 students the very prestigious CA ED Talent Scholarship. And I claim, and we claim pretty loudly, that it is by far the most generous scholarship provided by any education institution in the country, up to the tune of 1 million per student. So right now we have 147 students with us who are currently enrolled in our EDCA Talent Scholarship Program.
Okay. Okay. So Umair Sahab, tell us, how are the exams conducted?
Throughout the discussion, we missed one thing, that we did not describe what are the stages of chartered accountancy qualification. So I can answer this with the introduction of stages. We start with assessment of fundamental competencies. These are 4 subjects which we think are pervasive throughout the qualification, needed throughout the qualification. It's English, business communication, quantitative method, and IT understanding. So these 4 papers are done as computer-based examination.
Okay.
Invigilator controlled environment with computer-based examinations. But thereafter, there is another stage that is called Certificate in Accounting and Finance.
Okay.
And there are 9 papers. These are truly professional subjects. And these are done under proper invigilator controlled environment, examination hall environment, and paper-based examination. These are all paper-based examination. Then you enter into training. It is mandatory. You have to have a training contract with the training organization. And after 18 months of your training, you start Certificate in Accounting and Finance professional examinations.
Okay.
So these are 6 examinations, and these are all done paper-based, invigilator controlled environment. Then we have a top-up or the capstone stage, and that is multi-subject assessment.
Okay.
There we integrate different knowledge, different skills which a student has acquired at the level of CFAP, and all these subjects are integrated in two different disciplines. One is called multi-subject assessment of management skills, management competence, and other is professional financial reporting and assurance skills.
Okay.
So these top level capstone multi-subject assessments are all done under invigilator controlled environment and paper-based examination. These are all paper-based examinations. So these are the two ways we conduct our examination.
Okay. Okay. Tariq Sahab, what would you say to all the people, all the potential students and their parents who are watching us live today here? What should be their next step?
Amber, I believe that through this short but meaningful discussion, a number of, in fact, audiences have known about what is chartered accountancy and what are the potential promises it does offer. So I would say in brief that chartered accountancy is one of the most rewarding professions. Some people even ask me that what are the job prospects and what kind of jobs may be obtained after qualifying chartered accountancy. I would say that this is the only profession in Pakistan qualifying which you can begin your career with a 6-digit salary and a car in most of the cases, which is generally considered by most of us and by most of the students and their parents as a success in the earlier years. So that is a very, very promising qualification in terms of the career. And this qualification would take you to the highest position in your lifetime. So many of the chartered accountant would become enjoying senior management positions in their earlier 30s. That is the second most important, in fact, beauty of this qualification. And besides the rewards and the remuneration which is associated with this qualification, one also get the repute and prestige which is associated with this qualification. The qualifying chartered accountants and middle to senior management position holders get ample opportunities in representing into various professional bodies which are part of the ICAP. So many of the chartered accountants are advising to the government in Pakistan and abroad. So one can have a very, very illustrious career if he or she joins chartered accountancy. And the best part of that nowadays, you would see many promising chartered accountants who are in their middle management positions in their early to mid 20s.
Yes.
So and we have a very extensive mechanism of student counseling and facilitation. We have facilitation centers in Karachi, in Lahore, in Islamabad, and somebody who's interested in chartered accountancy can walk in, can drop in, can explore further. We have counselor, and they can give them very, very quality and timely advice. And plenty of information is available on our website. So again, they can in fact explore the website. They can access the institute through telephone or by any other means.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Tariq, Mr. Umair and Salman Sahab. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Thank you everyone for joining us here today live. I hope we have answered some very important questions. Our website is www.icap.org.pk. If you want to call us, it's 111-000-422. And if you have any questions, you can message us on our Facebook page. Thank you very much for joining us today here. Allah Hafiz.